Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to this week's Oracle card guidance and lesson. We're doing the Celtic Cross because you love it. We are using the Enchanted Map Oracle card deck, which is fabulous. It's been totally redone. For those of you who are interested, this is a great new deck. Anyway, this is the week that we are going to be looking at the Celtic Cross, looking at it as it's a collective weather report. So I am going to be a little predictive and prescriptive. So I'm basically saying this is what we have to look forward to. And then we find out basically at the end of the week what I was talking about. So I've got this great quiz called How Intuitive Are You? At reading Oracle cards, and you do not need to know a thing about reading Oracle cards. It's such a great quiz. Take it. There's a link someplace here, above, below, sideways, I don't know, on your device where it shows up, but the link is there. Check it out and then tell us what happened. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the first card. Ooh, the week, peaks of joy. We need that. So I don't know what's going to cross this, but bottom line is this week we have to give ourselves permission to feel good. All right. And sometimes that's really hard. You know why that's hard? Because we've been so conditioned to think the worst and to expect difficulties that it's really hard to allow yourself to have the freedom of joy and laughter and happiness, etc. So peaks of joy is our experience this week. It's an invitation. Now, the second card crosses us. Now, this tells us the nature of our obstacle or tells us how to get around the obstacle. And then this is the next card. And what is our obstacle? Solitude. Great. So get out of solitude. Now, what's really interesting about these two cards together is that when the solitude card sits in the obstacle position, what crosses us, it basically tells us that isolation is not for you this week. Now, what if you are stuck at home and you can't go anywhere? You are isolated. Well, that means you pick up Zoom, you pick up the telephone, you don't allow whatever restrictions imposed upon you at the moment. Many of us are in or out of that at this time. So you want to say, okay, if I am in a restricted position, what am I going to do to stay connected to other people and have a laugh? The peaks of joy is about laughter too. How can I get out of also when the universe is suction cupped onto the end of your nose, when you're so self-centered, you can't really see anybody else. You can't have a good sense of humor because it's like going like this. So you want to peel yourself off the end of your nose as well too and realize that, hey, if I want to be happy and I want to be joyful, I need to get out of myself. Now, what is at the foundation here? So what is at the foundation? The gentle gardener is in the protection position. So I'm actually going to do what I've decided to do to see the greater story is I'm going to do something a little different than I do. I'm going to put the other cards out and see what they say, and then I can tell a better story with this. So we're going to look at the past. This card's going to be the past. This is going to be the highest. And this is going to be around the corner. Aha! This is a little bit more complicated than I thought, and I'm glad I suggested doing that. So, these cards all surrounding the peaks of joy are challenging, all right? So I understand now why we need to have a sense of humor this week. So we are addressing a number of things. We are, first of all, the foundation is that we may have planted weeds. Okay, so the foundation of this week is if we look at what's there, like what is the nature of the floor we stand on? Like where are we on solid ground? What's there? Are we in a garden filled with flowers? This one says, no, we might be standing on some weeds. So we are going to weed our garden, right? In order for us to have a sense of humor about that is to not take ourselves so seriously. Now, the past lesson is coming apart. It's about loss. It's about letting go. It's about releasing that which doesn't work. We have been doing that. We've been talking about that. You know, what doesn't work? What doesn't work? What doesn't work? We know this is a theme for everybody. So this is something that already exists and is influencing us right now. So it's very interesting. Here we have the weeds. Here we have the stuff that we know doesn't work. We've had to let go of, or we're in process of letting go of, right? Remember, we're in this great transformation. We all are, still are. It didn't end last week. And then above us is the Goblin's card in the protection position. So this means that we are really, truly, that the highest we can attain is to do our shadow work and to really get that the world, we cannot take the world personally. That the shadow when we see the shadow in other people, and we see things that that trigger us. That's about us. It's about one finger points out, 4 comes back to me. So what is the work that I need to do? So it's really about doing our personal work and having a balance between the serious quality of that and our joy, right? This and that must be true this week. So these cards here say it's not all doomy and gloomy, that outer conditions are always only temporary, and that when you do your own inner work, especially the shadow work, you heal. You really heal. And then you no longer have the same perception or perspective on the world at large, and you have a greater ability to contribute to the healing rather than the hurting of the world, right? So now let's take a look at the 4 cards that are the events that we're going to see play out this week. And this one is Heal the Ouch in Protection, Deep Freeze. Wow, look at this. Okay, yes, Mark, I will turn them. They're all upside down. Okay, all 4 cards are in the protection position. This is a week we are all meant to take an inventory. And we'll learn more tomorrow when we do the Astro Oracle reading. We'll find out the signs, what it means to you personally, because you're going to get your personal, intimate reading tomorrow. But this is for everybody. Holy moly. This is a call to healing, a call to spring. So the deep freeze, it's time to thaw. It's time to put our dreams into action. So when the deep freeze is upside down, it really does say that. And it can also ask us to look at when we freeze. Also, the fight, flight, freeze. When do we find ourselves afraid or so afraid to do something because we're trying to control the outer environment? It's also time for us to identify that when we do that and let it go. The letting go part is always remembering that our higher power is our primary relationship. So here it is, participate in our own rescue. We're getting in an opportunity to see that. This is also a call for us to help each other. That's also really nice. And into the unknown in the protection position so what? It's uncharted. Basically, you're stepping into uncharted sea, and we might step on something squishy and yucky. So what? We have to keep moving. So this is a week where we are absolutely meant to sit down with ourselves, sit down with a pen and a paper and go, okay, how do I have a sense of humor with all of this? Well, you can't take yourself too seriously, but you can take your contribution seriously. So it's like, where can I improve myself? Have a sense of humor while I'm doing it. Remember that joy is as important as my fear and as my anger and as all the more challenging feelings that I might have as I help move this great transformation forward. I need a break. I need to laugh. And I need to realize hey, I don't really know what to do here, but I do know I want healing. I want to see signs of spring. I really want that. I want to see my dreams in action. Yeah, I'm going to jump over and realize that, I took a risk and it's not exactly what I thought it would be, but I will stand up to help my fellows. They will help me, and I will participate in my own rescue, and I won't expect anybody else to do my own work for me. That's the other thing. You are the one that's supposed to do your work, not somebody else. So that's a very interesting week. I better get my journal out. Okay, so I hope you take the quiz. Don't forget that quiz. How intuitive are you at reading Oracle cards? And you don't even need to know anything about Oracle cards to do the quiz. Somewhere you're going to see the link. Take it. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the link, and you're going to see the bell. Click the bell, and you're going to get a notification when my videos are up. Please leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Take care. See you next time.